Hello, I'm Nicola Davies and I'm the author of The Song That Sings Us and of a new book called Skrimsli, which is the name of the tiger sea captain in The Song That Sings Us. So this new book is his story. Skrimsli is set in a world where animals and humans can sometimes share their thoughts. Skrimsli and his friends, Owl and Cal, must escape the clutches of the tyrannical circus owner, Kobret Majak, and his twin assassins. Then they have to stop a war and save an ancient forest. Skrimsli and his friends are helped by a desert princess and her eagle, a chihuahua who thinks she's a wolf, and Luja, a horse with a heart of gold. Along the way, the characters face difficult questions about themselves, questions that I think a lot of people face in their lives. Who are you if you've never seen another face like yours? Where do you belong if you don't know where your home is? What do you call yourself when others call you freak? How can you be brave when you're full of fear? And why does love matter? It's a story full of excitement and danger, and it explores themes of friendship, loyalty, identity and love, and all in the context of some tough global problems, just like the ones that we face in our real world. Here's an excerpt from chapter 2, where, having witnessed a murder, Cal and Luja are fleeing from the assassins who want to make sure that no witnesses to their crime survive. Cal ran beside the horse, a flurry of snowflakes flecking face and body, hooves ringing on the frozen ground. Cal could smell the horse's fear for himself and fear for his human companion. "Run faster, Luja, leave me behind," Cal wanted to tell him. "It's me they want, not you." But Luja would not go on alone. The pursuers were not yet gaining on them. The wheels of their horseless chariots were no match for this rock-strewn ground. But a bullet had already grazed Cal's shoulder. It was just a matter of time before the assassins grew close enough for another, more damaging shot. Then Cal would be killed, and maybe Luja too. Even if it drew more gunfire now, riding was their only chance. With the next running step, Cal placed a hand on Luja's shoulder, pushed off with the left foot, and slung the right over Luja's warm flank. Low across the horse's neck, with the strands of his mane streaming, Cal felt the ripple of muscles beneath the horse's skin. In spite of their danger, there was that familiar surge of exultation that always flowed from Luja as they leapt forward in a gallop. Bullets zipped around them, tearing the air with small, ripping sounds. Luja's eyes showed white rims of fear, yet somehow he found more speed. Soon the shots bit the turf behind his heels, quite harmlessly. Up ahead rose the sacred mountain, Tamin Haja, a huge ridge of rock like the mane of a giant horse rising from the grassy plains. Its sides were cut by 100 deep ravines, made by 1,000,000 years of spring meltwater. Cal had often run to that kingdom of rocks and streams to escape what other people wanted. Do this, go there, be like this, don't be like that. Cal had pleased no one and fitted nowhere. But on Tamin Haja, there were only the demands of wind and water and sky. One place was Cal's favourite refuge, the narrowest of gullies cut where water had found a fault in the rock and widened it. There was a cave there that made a perfect hiding place, but how to reach it undetected by these two persistent followers? There was no cover between here on the plain and the slopes where the network of ravines began. The assassins would track their path easily, and Luja could not gallop forever. If only the snow would fall faster and hide them now. Instead, the sun dropped below the cloud and lit the plain with bright, slanting light, illuminating everything in dazzling detail. Dazzling, dazzling. That was the answer. "This way, Luja, into the sun." As if he'd understood Cal's words, Luja began to swerve, galloping straight into the sunset. Cal glanced back and saw the assassins trying to shade their eyes from the glare. To them, horse and rider had now vanished into the blinding light. Cal urged Luja to go faster up the slope ahead and then turned him at right angles to head behind the low ridge that ran all the way to the mountain. The pursuers would assume that they were still heading west, and by the time the sunset faded, Luja and Cal would be covered by the grey bloom of dusk.